Alright, hi everyone. This is going to be a cast of the All-Invitational Season 14 Qualifiers Group D. The players are Grip, Wagon, Casimir, and Surreal. And let's just get right into it. So up first match is going to be Casimir versus Grip. So actually every player in this group is Zerg, so these will all be ZVZs. I don't really know too much about Casimir. Every time I play him, he 12 pools me. And Grip pretty much always plays either like a 12 pool with a spine or gasless 2-base roach. So it should be interesting. Maybe they'll 12 pool each other. This cast is actually pretty late. These games happened, I don't know, maybe a month ago. Alright, I should leave it at normal speed. Okay, so on the top left, I've got Grip, and Casimir is playing in the bottom right, and that is a 12 pool. Wait, Grip 13 pooled? Yeah, Grip 13 pooled. So yeah, he's gonna do his, usually like drone scouts. Oh. Okay, never mind. No gas. Yeah, so he does this drone scout and then he builds a spine with it, but as soon as he sees his 12 pool, there shouldn't be a spine. Casimir without a drone scout might end up committing to Grip's side of the map, and that could go bad for him, because Grip will have his reinforcing lings closer to home. Anyway, I'll have to see how this plays out. I don't know if I've ever played a 12 pool versus 12 pool game, so I think you want to make less lings, right? Like whoever stops making lings first should have a big advantage, because neither of them are going to have ling speed, so you can't really kill the other person if you keep making lings. You can't really do much with them. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so Grip has the scout. Let's see. Yeah, he starts making drones right away, so big advantage for Grip. Plus he had the 13 pool instead of 12. Casimir's already got his Nat going down. Oh, Grip went for the spine. That's probably never gonna happen, but worth a try. Grip gonna try and take his expansion. Casimir's gonna try and deny this as long as possible, but even number of lings and the queen, he can't do much. Grip has 3 drone advantage, and he's making 2 more, so he is pretty far ahead. Casimir's making a spine. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know if he's... I guess he didn't scout what it was. I guess he's scared of the 13-12. Maybe because the lings were like a little later. No one goes 13 pool except for Grip, so he would have expected the lings to meet in the middle of the map. Although Grip did have the drone scout, so not necessarily. I guess Casimir just isn't sure what it is. But yeah, that spine and the lower drone count are going to hurt a lot. Casimir trying to cancel his Nat, never gonna happen. I guess he may as well try and do something with all these lings. He made a ton of lings. Like more than you would normally with a 12 pool. Like normally you make 12 at most. He's got 14 lings. Grip, they're even on workers now. It looks like Grip's got an extra queen. And he's got the gas. Casimir hasn't even started mining gas yet. Grip probably just going to go into a 2-base roach here. It'll be interesting to see. Casimir doesn't have gas yet. It'll be interesting to see if he goes for a fast 3rd hatch, which would be super risky. But I guess if he knows that Grip opened gasless, which he must know by now, there was no ling speed, it's not a terrible idea. it's getting late for him to do anything. I guess he's coming up on 30 drones, which is normally when I throw down my gases. Oh yeah, so I guess the timing's fine. Grip just had the earlier gas. Like he had the drone advantage early, so I guess that's where his drone advantage went, was to the gas. Casimir finding his Overlord is pretty nice. Grip does not have a ton of vision on Casimir's side of the map. Ling's trying to poke, probably won't be able to do anything, especially with his spine here. He's just throwing these Lings away. I mean, I get they don't have much value, but they're actually not bad at harassing a third base, or especially when Grip has roaches out and tries to move out. Those Lings can still find damage on a third base, so not the best use of them, in my opinion. He's going full wall. Okay, cancels the eco. And he doesn't have a Roach Warren, so he's going Mutas. Or double upgraded Lings with third hatch in the base. I actually have no idea what this is. I don't know why he has a lair if he's going Lings. So it must be Mutas, but this... he needs a third hatch. Grip going Roach speed, no attack upgrade. He's got the fast 4 gas in the Hydra Den, so this is kind of what Grip does in the games that I've seen. He gets really fast 4th gas and then gets like 2 base lurker tech. He hasn't even started a 3rd base yet. Yeah, he gets a he gets a lurker den before any upgrades. Okay, Casimir is going Lings. 1-1 Lings are going to be pretty good against the unupgraded Roaches, but they're going to come out around the same time that these lurkers are going to be available. And so Casimir won't be able to do anything against the lurkers. If he had a 3rd hatch, he could probably take the fast gases and get a ton of mutas out and try to swarm the lurkers and hydras. Because if you make lurkers, you can't have too many hydras. But that's just a defensive thing. Grip could just turtle with his queens and Casimir wouldn't be able to do anything. So I think this is pretty bad for Casimir. Yeah, super late 3rd. Like, is he gonna go Banelings here? Like, the whole thing about Ling Muta and Baneling styles is that you're trying to hit before the lurkers come out, but in this game, because the Grip goes such fast lurkers normally, and he went super fast lurkers this game, is just gonna run into the counter. So he's really not gonna be able to do much, I expect. But I guess we'll see. Grip even grabbing the additional gas. Or maybe this is just to hide the drone. Yeah, Lings don't find anything. Tried to counterattack. Or tried to run by into the main, it looks like. Knocking down these rocks is a really nice move. Grip hasn't seen the 3rd. I guess he doesn't really care, like, at this point, he's just playing defensive and trying to get to his lurkers, and then once he has lurkers, he should have an advantage, a window. Casimir is still on 42 drones. I think this late 3rd just has hurt him so much. He's staying on 1-1, upgrading his mutas. Grip must suspect mutas because of all the Lings, so he gets his hydras. I don't think he's morphed any lurkers yet. Yeah, he's getting the spores, so yeah, he knows it's mutas. Yeah, and then just droning his 3rd. He should be totally fine. One thing to note is because it was 12 pool early game, the mains kind of mine out earlier than normal. So the mutas might be okay for denying a 4th, but because of the late 3rd, it's not really going to give him any advantage. I think staying on a low drone count here, like 60, is probably good, which is kind of where Grip is. Because once you mine out in your main, you can't really transfer drones anywhere until you have a fourth. And you can't really take a fourth very easily. Anyway, the Roach Hydra attack coming up here. Kazmir might just die. Okay, never mind. There's enough stuff. Grip's trying to knock down the rocks. Use a couple Hydras. Actually, this is pretty juicy if you can dive on these Hydras. Clean this all up. That is nice for Kazmir. Grip's still throwing away reinforcements. It's unfortunate. He's making a ton of roaches at home, Hydra upgrades. He's got his +2 attack coming, which will be great for clearing up the Lings because they have +1 Carapace. There's 3 spores here, you can't dive in. There's no surface area for the Lings either. This is a terrible trade. Kazmir is not able to find damage when Grip's at home. Can't break them. Out on the map is a different story, but with the spores and queens to defend, it's just not a whole lot of opportunity here for Kazmir. He is going into Banes. I guess maybe he hasn't seen the Lurker Den. No, he hasn't scouted it. I mean, at this point, I think that's pretty risky. Like, it's such a late Baneling nest. You'd have to assume there'd be Lurkers on the way. But he's gonna go for it. He's sitting at 58 drones. Got a decent gas bank, so he'll have enough for a big wave of Banelings when the speed finishes up. And he's gonna go into Ultras, it looks like. +2 air attack is decent. He's got 11 mutas. It's gonna be 15. Trying to deny this fourth. That's nice. Grip moving out, a little risky, I would say. You can get swarmed pretty easily. I guess he does have +2 attack and +1 Carapace. Okay, yeah, he's super tanky now. So +1 Carapace against mutas is huge because of the bounce attack. You know, your Carapace deducts each of the bounces on each of your units, so I guess he's feeling pretty safe. Grip actually going. He didn't make any Lurkers, he just goes into Infestors here. Also, like that's the other option against Lingbane Muta, is to go Infestors. I still prefer Lurkers, and he already had the tech, but I guess he likes to go Infestors. So he'll be looking for a big fungal on the Banes. And he's getting some Banes of his own, so actually those will be really good against Lingbane. Kazmir just has this big flock of mutas going for him. Up to 19 now, and he's got his hive on the way, so he's just going to try and buy time, it looks like. The Infestors will not be good against Ultras, so I'm not sure if Grip's exactly on a timer here, but that will be a big, huge fungal. Not going to matter too much because the health is down on the mutas, but looks like Grip's going to try and push out here. He is at they're at similar supply. Kazmir has got a bunch of Banes. He's going to try and swarm in here in the middle of the map. This is a choke though. Big fungal on the Banes. This is not going to do much. Another huge fungal. Chain fungal on the mutas that are not splitting up. Here come the low HP Banes. Going to find some good hits on the Infestors, but Grip's Banes there did a nice job connecting with Kazmir's Banes. Kazmir is broke. He can't afford too many Banes. He's still got his mutas, they're regenerating. Grip's gonna push in here. He's only got 5 Hydras, so Kazmir can definitely dive on this. No fungals left on these Infestors. The mutas will clear this up eventually, clean it, but Grip's gonna try and find some damage. He might be able to focus down this hatchery. A few more infested Terrans come out. There's not really any significant anti-air still. He does get the hatch. Kazmir's got a 4th though. And he's got his Ultra Den, or Ultra Cavern on the way. He's got a couple spines here, so these roaches shouldn't be able to find much more damage. A bunch of Hydras will roll in, but they are, I guess they're decently protected by these roaches. trading okay against the mutas. Muta count down to 16. I think Casimir's still okay here. He's happy to hold here. He's got his high-tech adrenal glands. His lings do have... They only have +1 attack. But with adrenal, they'll do a lot better. And he's got his Ultra Den done. Or just about done. Grip did take a 4th during that attack, so he'll have a place to transfer his drones. They're both sitting around 55 drones still, which kind of makes sense, I think, in this situation. Like I was saying before, you don't really want to go above 60 until you've got your 4th. So they could drone, both of them could drone up a bit. Casimir's going to retake his 3rd. He never moved these drones to the 4th. I guess he doesn't want the gas anyway. So yeah, incomes are pretty similar. Grip a little ahead because he's got his all 4 hatches up at the moment. Grip making more infestors. He's got a ton of hydras. 17 hydras. A couple roaches here for reinforcement, but it's pretty much just hydras. So if these veins can connect, that would be huge. There's nothing to protect these hydras right now. Grip's got a couple infestors somewhere. They're moving up. They're not here. Opportunity here for Casimir to really find some damage, I think. But where are the veins? The veins are not there. And tries to go for the infestors. I don't think he's got enough mutas now to deal with the hydras without the veins. He doesn't have any ultras making, and he's losing. Oh, he's got 2 ultras here. 3. All the mutas go down except for 4. Not enough units here for Casimir. That is GG. I think he definitely had an opportunity here. I guess he didn't have enough units. Grip was waiting for his, or not waiting for his infestors, so he just pushed into this area, which seemed really risky. I think there was definitely an opportunity if these veins are a little bit faster, or maybe the ultras even. If he could just get a split, or force these units to be splitting rather than attacking, his ultras can do a ton of damage, and the lings with adrenal as well. And then the mutas can kind of fly in and pick off units while they're all just trying to avoid the veins. I think he could have found some good damage, but he was not able to pounce on that attack. Game 1 going to Grip. Sorry, yeah, there was a patch recently, so I'm gonna have to be relogging in between games here, which is pretty annoying. There's no like spoiler free. Now I know. There's only 2 games in this series. Now I know Grip wins. I mean, he's definitely the favorite in this series. Excuse me. Yeah, he's definitely the favorite. With a few hundred MMR on Casimir. I thought that game though was a lot closer than I expected. The move out in the mid game by Grip really cost him, really equalized the game. And then going for infestors, I think Casimir did a really good job there. Going for infestors, or when Grip went for infestors and Casimir responded with a hive, that was a good move. He just couldn't quite get it online. So it'll be interesting to see if this game is a little different. Casimir is going 12 pool again on 16-bit. Probably the worst 12 pool map. I think it's a decent 13-12 map, but the rush distance is so long. I guess the one good thing is it's kind of hard to scout because there's 2 different paths around this central area of the map. So with your 12 pool, you can either go this way or you can go this way. And Grip probably won't send his second Overlord to cover the second path. So if Casimir gets lucky, or if he knows what he's, like, plans it out, something you can plan for. He can try to send his lings the other way around and they won't get scouted. So we'll have to see. But, okay, wait, Grip did a weird build. I didn't see it exactly, but he went Hatchcast Pool before Second Overlord. So either 14-14-14 or like 15-14-13 or something like that. So he should be totally fine. Yeah, and he's gonna scout it too. So this shouldn't do anything. And I think, like I don't play this build, so I don't exactly know. I don't really play 12 Pool either actually, but I think Grip can potentially try to cancel or kill this second. Casimir is gonna have Ling Queen and he's gonna build a spine. So he should be maybe okay. The one thing about defending here though is that the spine can't really defend your hatch as well as be in range of the ramp to be defended by queens. Anyway, Casimir trading out his lings. I wonder if he identifies what this is. Like, this is more lings than normally would be available. He's making drones. He needs to be making a second queen. He's got the spine. Yeah, Grip is making the Bane Nest, so he is going to pressure here. He's going to try and kill Casimir's Nat. But yeah, like I was saying, okay, so you want to defend against like a mass Ling Bane thing here, you want your queens on the ramp, but then the ramp is so far away from the hatch on this map, like where are you going to put your spine that it can defend the far side of the hatchery from queens, or from lings? So you gotta put your spine, okay, yeah, it's a pretty good spot. I think, as long as this can reach the far side, it's good. And then the queens on the ramp can defend the spine. This is definitely his best chance. But he never made a second queen. He can't block. Oh no, okay, he did. Never mind. Okay, he needs queens on the ramp. And he's gonna lose one queen. And just GG. Maybe he wasn't watching to see the move out. I don't think this is GG. You can evacuate these drones. He's ahead on drones. He can lose a couple. He just needs, like, he just makes queen. Basically, there's queens. Maybe he was frustrated from the previous game. I don't know. Grip didn't even have to use his Banes. I mean, it would have been tough. For sure, it would have been tough. Grip could potentially throw all his Banes onto this spine. And then there's no way to protect this hatchery. Because if you move your queens off the ramp, they just get surrounded by the lings. Casimir didn't have any gas, so he's defending with queens and slow lings against Ling Bane. So he really does want the spine. Would have been interesting to see it play out. Oh well. Alright, so that's Series 1. Grip's going to move on to the winner's match, and Casimir will get another chance in the lower bracket. And the other match will be Wagon versus Surreal. I don't know exactly what Surreal's MMR is, but I do know it's a lot lower than Wagon's. So that will be a tough match. Alright. Why did they have to pick pink and purple? Alright, in the top left here we've got the Wagon playing pink. And Surreal in the bottom right with purple. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen Surreal play before. So looking forward to it. Let's see what he's got. No early pools from either of them. I don't think I've ever seen Wagon do an early pool. Actually, maybe in some practice games we made him do it, but I don't think I've ever seen him do a 13-12 or a 12 pool or anything like that. Surreal taking a weird third. Okay, is this or a weird second base location? I think what he's hoping is that Wagon will scout. Like Surreal's gonna go 3 hatch before pool, I think, and he's gonna put his 3rd hatch here, and the timing of it scouted by the Overlord will make Wagon play defensively because they'll think it's a pool first build based on the later hatchery here. So I like this. I like this play. I think this is maybe Surreal trying to be a little sneaky here, take a risk against Wagon, although I don't think this is too risky. Like, no Zerg is going to scout this base first. So, and no one, if you scout a late natural like this, you can't leave your Overlord near it, because if they did go pool first, then the Queen is coming down pretty soon, and they'll just kill your Overlord. So I do like this. Wagon's first Overlord will likely not see this, because the second one is moving there. So yeah, this is pretty safe. Safe here for Surreal. I don't know the... Oh my... Okay, never mind. He's just memeing. This is dumb. I mean, I like it, but... Okay. Alright. No gas. I have never seen this before. Never. Wagon did not pull drones off gas after starting link speed. He went for a fast 3rd. He didn't make queens. What is happening? What is this game? Any supply blocks? Did he forget an Overlord? What? Alright, Surreal is still... Okay, he's just making hatcheries. Yeah, alright. There's no pool. There's no gas. Can I fast forward this? Use the drones. Why are you typing? He could have fought that with just the drones. Now he's just gonna lose him. Okay, why am I trying to analyze this? I'm just gonna put my camera in the corner. This is silly. Wagon finally started making queens. What? Surreal has a 11 drone advantage. It is dwindling though. Pretty quickly here. They are about to be even on drones. Alright. I think I can fast forward this one. I'm not gonna think that's too bad. So Surreal deciding he has no chance. And chooses to mass hatcheries and drones. I mean, you should have built them in the corners right away, I think. You built them in the obvious spots. Alright, let's move on. Move on to game 2. I mean, what could he possibly do to top that? Mass Overlords? Drone drill? I don't know. Drone drill is like too legit of a strat compared to that. Compared to mass hatcheries. that was good. Alright, we've got a 2-minute game coming up. Proxy hatch? Hatch cancels spine crawler? Proxy spine? These are things I hope to see. That's my cat, Clyde. He's mad about that last game. I was playing random. Wait, why did I not see Wagon's race? Well, anyway, another ZVZ, same colors. Wagon top left, Surreal in the bottom right. And Wagon is going 13-12. Like I said, he never does in the previous game. Maybe he does, you know, I don't know. I don't know every game he's ever played. It's just, I've never seen him do it. I thought he was honorable, you know. Late game. Hydra Lurker Viper. That's what I want to see. 13-12, Surreal is massing drones. He is. Oh, it's the drone pull. He didn't do it properly though. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to stack up all your drones. So what you do is you right click this mineral patch, you get all your drones over here, right click here so they stack up in this area, and then you quickly right click here, and then you quickly like right click other mineral patches. Eventually right click into their base. The idea is if they're always moving towards another resource, they'll stay stacked on top of each other. So yeah, you right click here, then you right click here quickly, and then like down here, and then there. Okay, so this, well, I mean it is, okay, they're the Ling. I was gonna say, you know, it's not many drones, but they're the Lings, this isn't gonna do anything. GG, fast forward. Well, build order loss, that's all I can say there. Would have worked against Hatch first. Definitely. No, it would have worked if we stacked the drones. 100%. Alright, so next up, I don't know if I'm doing the winners or losers match. I want to see what other elite strats Surreal has planned though. Or, I don't know if there's a plan. It doesn't seem like there's a plan, it's just, I don't know what it is. Alright, winners match. So we're going to have Grip against Wagon. And this is actually pretty close, I would say. I don't know if there's a clear favorite. If there is, it's close, right? It's got to be like 60-40 at most. And I don't know who you'd pick. I might favor Wagon, just because of their styles. I feel like if you were a hyper-aggressive Zerg around Grip's MMR, I might favor you against Wagon. But I feel like Wagon is totally happy to play against Grip's 2-base gasless opening. You know, he's fine with a Roach War, is how I feel. But we'll have to see. Okay, in the top left, we've got Grip going for a 13-12. And the Wagon in the bottom right, Blue, he is opening standard so far. I've never seen Grip 13-12 before. Man, what is with these guys and their 13-12s? I think Wagon's decent defending against 13-12. I don't really know, so maybe I just won't say anything. I'm trying to remember, because I know I've seen people try to 13-12 him, I just can't really remember how it played out. It'll be interesting to see which variation this is. There's so many different ways to 13-12. Wagon is going Hatch first, so Grip's getting the build he wants to play against. That's fast gas. So Wagon will have link speed pretty quickly here. Because normally you rally a drone to take the gas, and Wagon started it as soon as he finished it, or started his 18th drone. No queen from Grip, so Lings before queen. And there's the Bane Nest, and he did not pull a drone off gas, so this is going to be a lot of Banes. He'll have enough gas to morph 4 or 5 Banes when the Bane Nest finishes, which is, honestly, I don't like this build. I think that's too much gas, but we'll see. And he runs his Lings straight down the middle, so based on the timing, if Wagon knows it, he should have no problem identifying this as a 13-12. And Wagon did make his 20th drone. He didn't make the Overlord, so he's got 1 larva more than normal, which is enough for 6 Lings, gets 1 queen. He did start Ling speed. He's going for the drone pull. If Grip morphs, he should have started Banes already. These are too far. Decent damage on some of these drones. Wagon's buying good time though. Now that the Lings are out, he can take a trade here. No spine started. Wagon only made 1 queen, so he can't block the ramp. And no spine. This is actually gonna be dicey for sure. 2 Banes, Grip's floating tons of gas, kinda like I thought might happen. He runs into the main. Oh. Ooh, on the spine as well. Actually, that was really nice. He doesn't want to trade out his Lings quite yet though. He doesn't have any other Banes on the way, does he? Yeah, Grip never 13-12, so okay, this is terrible. So, Wagon cleans up all the Lings. I mean, he did equalize the drone count. It's not the end of the world. He doesn't have a natural hatch on the way. He's just making more Ling Bane, which is okay, but Wagon has Ling speed about to finish. He pulled off gas completely, so there's no Banes. He's down on drones. He only has 2 queens. I don't know. It's not terrible. Defensive Banes? Oh, that's a lot of Banes. Oh my god, there's more. He's just only got Banelings. Okay. I mean, that was good. Can these do anything? Wagon's still making Lings. I don't know. I've never... This is weird. There's more Banes morphing at home. Oh, I should hide. Decent damage. Every drone really counts here. The Banes finish and clean up. The rest are most of these Lings, so it'll be fine. Grip is down to 10 drones versus Wagon's 13. These Banes shouldn't do anything. There's no drones here. What is this? I guess that's the best he can do there. But... Alright. 3rd queen. Okay, Wagon starts drones. Grip doesn't have a nat. He's up to 12 drones now. He puts the drones back on gas. Ooh, okay, that was decent. Bane's starting to pay off. Ling's trying to find a bit of damage. Oh man, we're gonna find 2 drones. That hurts. 3? There's 2. Grip going for the suicide. The transfuse saves the hatch. Oh my god. 12 health. That was close. The Banes almost... Oh, he's gonna get it. Wow. Okay, I take it back about the Banes. The suicide, the 4 Bane... Or was it 6? The 6 Bane suicide under the hatch to bring it down to like... Whatever that was, 100, 200 health. I take it back. That was okay. But Wagon just has so many drones. Should probably start mining gas. There he goes. He's got enough Lings. The workers or army supply is 15 to 6 in Wagon's favor. Grip has a Bane on the top of the ramp, but Wagon sends forward 2 Lings. Very nice. There's 1 Bane left. Grip is dead. Never mind. Okay, I gotta stop. Gotta stop predicting things. I guess he was a little distracted? I don't know. His Lings trying to find some damage. The queens are pulled. He gets the full scout. I guess he can check the drone or the gas count. He's gonna see that he's pretty far behind in drones here though. Grip making drones. Wagon making Lings. Maybe Wagon's gonna try and deny. He is getting a Bane Nest. I guess he doesn't want to make drones when he's already almost saturated here without the nat up. Does that make sense? Grip deciding to GG out. Can't really blame him. I guess he's only behind by 3, but he doesn't have an ad on the way. I don't know, it wasn't totally over, but I kind of get it. That's a pretty fun game. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen, no, I know I've never seen Grip 13-12 before. The Mass Bane 13-12. I've never seen anyone do that before. But I think there's a reason why. That's although he did get the hatch. You know, whatever. Got the hatch. Alright, game 2. Game 2 on Lost and Found. Hopefully someone 12 full spine rushes. I don't think it'll happen though. I still don't know how to stop that build on this map. It's so strong. I mean, if you don't go hatch first, it's fine, but I feel like there is a way, I've heard, to stop it, but I haven't seen it. Alright, game 2 between Grip and Wagon. Wagon is up 1-0. Grip spawning in the top right, green, and Wagon is blue in the bottom left. Wagon is going to give him a piece of his own medicine with a 13-12. I think if Grip just plays, like 13-12 in Grip is so risky because he plays gasless. He just goes gasless hatch first, like it, and then he just blind spines. And if he sees you didn't go 13-12, then he just cancels it. Although actually your links should get there. That's only if you hide the links. If you send the links straight across, he probably wouldn't have the spine down in time. Like, he would see the links before anyway. But yeah, this should, whoa. Wagon going for a 15th drone? What? Alright. Alright, Grip, yeah, Grip's going gasless so far. Oh no, he's rallied into the gas. Maybe he just goes gasless against me. Well anyway, standard opening for Grip. Is Wagon gonna make the queen or something? Like, why did he get an extra drone? You got 16 drones. What? Yeah, it's a speed opening with no queen? I have no idea. I'm confused. It's just like a mind game? He's gonna show the lings, and the thing is, like on this map, like the lings path around this way, and Grip doesn't have vision until the front of his base. If you have to send your Overlord here, your second Overlord here, if you want to scout the 13-12 or 12 pool on this map. And he just doesn't do that. He just leaves the Overlord at home. So he'll see this eventually, but I mean, Wagon's still making lings. He's got 15 drones. Super late queen. So there isn't a whole lot of aggression here. Wagon or Grip should be totally fine. Once he scouts the hatchery, which he does, all you have to do is drone pull against this. I mean, he might not even have to because there's no lings. He made so many drones and no queen. Nice micro from Wagon, getting a few extra lings there, good trades. But like, Grip is fine with this trade. Speed is about to finish, and Wagon will attempt to kill these lings. Grip should just fight. Blood. Yeah, this is fine. Gets decent trades with his queen, second queen. He's gonna stay in the main. Okay, these drones are donated. Alright, that turned out okay for Wagon. Those drones were completely free. Slow lings coming out to try to hold the nat. Wagon is done with the lings though. And Grip makes a good call, he's just making drones. Maybe he's watching this Overlord to see if there's no extra lings on the way. Anyway, good position after the dust settles here. Good position for Grip. He's got 26 drones. More on the way. He's taking a third hatch. Wagon has the Roach Warren though, so it seems like Wagon is pulling up some extra overlords. He's got a spine. Why did he make a spine? Anyway, he's got the Roach Warren, and I expect we will see 5 roaches here. Grip does trade 3 lanes for a drone, which is nice. I don't think he would have identified what's happening though based on this drone count. It was normal enough, especially because Wagon had the early drones from the start of the game. Wagon pulls off gas. He made 7 roaches. And this looks like an all-in, so it's going to reinforce the speedlings. He has too many drones to be able to spend all his larvae on lings. So I guess he'll be able to transition out of this eventually. He'll have enough minerals built up to be able to afford a hatchery. It's 10 drones per injected hatchery for constant ling production. So he's got 5 extra drones here on minerals. Grip's already got roaches. Why did he go roaches? Why did he have a roach warren? Did he scout this? Anyway. He should be fine. I don't know why. If I was Wagon right now, I'd be like, why do you have roaches? Went Bane Nest and then fast roaches.
Your army has encountered the enemy.
Okay. Alright, Grip is even moving out a little bit. Nope. The Ling run by could find some damage. There's no Banes. Not bad. It's gonna get in on some of these drones. And then, but he is losing like all of his lanes. Wagon is transitioning. They're on similar drone counts, but Grip is going to be able to drone up pretty quickly. He's already got his 3rd base, so definitely advantage Grip. He also starts his lair. No Evo yet. Wagon starts another pair of gases. He's got his spine, like he's super safe. Here come the roaches from Grip. He's pushing across. Wagon will have to make a few more units here. He is. He's making roaches and lings. He's fly blocked. I think he's okay though. With the spine. This is a great spine position, moving it forward so that the roaches can't get down to the 3rd for free. That was really nice. Trading out his lings a little bit here. Retreating to the spine. Yeah, he should be fine. Grip fighting this is a little surprising to me. He goes for the spine kill, has 6 health, focusing down the low HP roaches. Wagon taking good trades though. Wagon's still making units, so he's a little scared, it sounds like. I don't think he can really counterattack here, so these units are gonna... those would have been better as drones, but, you know, easy to say that at the time. It seems like a heavy pressure. He's got 3 mining geysers, so he's gonna have tons of gas here. Grip and Wagon's still at the same drone count. Grip making lings. Oh, he's got so much minerals. He does have his 4th geyser like he likes. So he can be tech heavy, and it makes sense given how much minerals he has. This is a nice run by here. The lings on the 3rd base. Getting a drone or 2. Looks like 2. Alright, Grip's got his +1 attack on the way, which is nice, and a Hydroden, so we're going into a standard Grip game here with lurkers in the mid-game. Wagon again with the Ling run by, finding a few drones, and he gets a scout on the Hydroden, so he should... I mean, if he knows how Grip plays, he knows kind of exactly what he's going to do anyway. Don't really need to scout it, but still nice to see. Grip gonna drone up. He's totally safe to do so. Wagon still making units. He's sitting at 45 drones. He's getting a 5th gas. A 5th gas, so like tons of Ravagers, I guess. It's got like no minerals though. Still no drones, he's making more roaches. Grip going all the way up to 62 drones with 10 on the way and the lurker den. So actually, if Wagon pushes out, I mean, he's not going to have +1, but there's a chance here, I think, for him to find damage. I don't know, it's 81 to 54 army supply, so it's not a huge advantage, especially in ZVZ Roach battles. Defender's advantage is so huge. I mean, he's still making roaches, so he's got a window here definitely before the lurker den finishes. But Grip finished, like he made so many drones. Yeah, okay, I like the timing. I think this is pretty good by Wagon. He's gonna try to surround this army from Grip. If he can make it to this ramp first, he's not gonna bother. He's just gonna beeline it and try to start trading on Wagon's side of the map. So really what he needs to do damage. He needs to do a ton of damage, actually. Grip with a nice concave. The Ling's actually doing some work. The split up here kind of might be good if he can trap Grip on the bottom of this ramp. Wagon finding some good damage. Catching the siders as they pop out. Grip gonna come home with his whole army. Wagon gonna try and sandwich. This is nice for Grip. He's able to engage his half army. Wagon also above the ramp is the main. Oh man, the trade is bad for Wagon. Grip holding pretty safe, pretty strong here. Yeah, the reinforcements coming in from the third. Wow, he just holds no problem. Now he's got lurk attack. Wagon's got no drones. Wagon's got tons of gas though, with his 5 guys that is going. I mean, what do you do from here? I think you have to make drones. Yeah, okay, it goes into drones. I don't know. I don't know what he does. Like, Grip is ahead and everything. He's got tech and economy leads. Wagon has equalized the economy almost, but he's got all this extra gas. And Grip's got the bigger army, and he's making another round of drones to resaturate this base. He does not have a 4th hatchery on the way, which is really good for Wagon. Wagon still doesn't. His only tech is the +2 attack, which is actually really good. Grip never started his, so he's still at +1. And he hasn't made any lurkers yet, has he? Oh no, he's got 2. Let's see where those are. Just chilling at the 3rd. I think, yeah, Grip always likes to do these lurker drops. So, no surprise, that's what we're seeing here. Wagon with a nice scout on the move out. He starts up roach production again. I think he's at an okay drone count, especially at this point in the game, because your main is kind of half mined out. Taking the 4th is great. Grip takes the 4th in the bottom right. We'll have to see if these lurker... Tons of Ravagers. I mean, it's not bad. Defensively, Ravagers are amazing. I mean, I was wondering what Wagon was going to do in that weird spot. I think that this is the right call. The Ravagers are great for buying time, which is what he needed. Spent the extra gas bank that he had from the 5 geysers, which is great. And kind of just, you know, Ravagers are a good way to kind of stall out the game a bit to try and equalize it. These roaches are really good from Grip, although he didn't move them in. That's okay. Still distracting. The lurker drops are moving out. Wagon will have seen that if he was watching. Wagon with a nice cancel on the 5th, but I don't believe he has seen this hatch yet.
Mutation complete.
Wagon trying to be out on the map. This is great. He's just trying to be out with the Ravagers, but the lurker drops are going to come in. Multi-prong lurker. There is no detection here. A couple of roaches just popping out are going to be needed to defend against these lurkers. He's coming home. He sees it. And he knows what it is. He knows marking it oversteers. Evacuates most of these drones. He's pulling everything back. He's finding good damage. The worker count for Wagon is dropping down to 40. Not enough roaches here. Gets out. And he gets out with another lurker here. in the main. And now Grip is going to push out. So these lurker drops are going to be really hard to deal with once there's also an army on the front. Threatening wagons, crucial fourth base. He needs that. Some nice Ravager vials. Actually, those are wagons vials. He ran into his own. Two queens versus lurker. Who wins? Transfuse. Vials on the front line are going to be necessary. Decent against these lurkers. Only 3 lurkers. Wagon doesn't have a ton of tanking potential here. The vials are pretty good, forcing Grip's army to move. Actually, I like it. Wagon holding strong in his 4th. But the supply is actually... Oh, yeah, no, okay, wait. I gotta see Wagon. It seemed like... I guess it's just so many Ravagers and they don't have any help, you know? Like, this doesn't look too good, but the Hydras just do so much damage. Even with only +1. Yeah, you're just gonna get steamrolled in the end. That looks like game. Another kind of weird game. I guess these guys are both fairly non-standard. It really did look decent. Once all those Ravagers were out, I thought Wagon did a really good job getting back into the game. Like, it looked so bad after his attack didn't work out. Like, he took that terrible trade in Grip's natural, and then he had all these Ravagers. I mean, I guess he was always a little bit behind. Grip had this like economy lead and army and tech. Like, he was a little bit ahead in everything. And then those lurkers found a ton of damage, so the eco was just ruined for Wagon. And then he couldn't hold with the fight either, which was kind of surprising. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't be spending so much time on that. Move on to the next game. It's nice to have a game 3, though. These guys do seem fairly even. I'm kind of thinking Wagon. I'm thinking Wagon in this game 3. Actually, I totally knew who won this at some point, but it's been so long since these games were played. Does it have a date? Yeah, so it's early last month, so a month ago. 16-bit macro game? Question mark. Let's see. Alright, game 3, the decider in the winner's match. The winner of this game will move on. I guess if anyone's following the tournament, they already know who moved on, who moves on. But the winner of this game will move on to... Okay, so this was qualifiers, so we'll move on to group stage, which has already happened. Games are a little stale, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Grip here in the bottom left in red, and Wagon in the top right in blue, and it is a standard opening so far from both. Second Overlord, no early pools. Hatch first for Grip, pool first for Wagon. I mean, hard to believe this will be for anything aggressive. It seems like more like a safety pool. The question is, like on this map, because of the back base, you can play 3 hatch gasless, which is pretty good. Although if Grip scouts this pool first, he may not want to do that. Yeah, and he will, because he'll see the timing of this hatchery. So he might not feel safe going for a fast third, gasless. And I don't even know if he does that anyway. He loves 2-hatch lair anyway, so have to see. No gas. No gas from Grip or Wagon. So Wagon could totally play 3-hatch here as well. I want to just like fast forward to the early game. Yeah, nothing unusual. Got the 6 lings. I mean, this is a common build. It's just like super safe and forces your opponent to make some kind of response. I do think it's a like bad opening if they go hatch first. It puts you a little bit behind, but it does force out some kind of response. Grip. Doing what? Trying to protect his spine? Well, he's forcing out the response. Wagon getting what he wants. You know, it's only 6 lings. There's no additional aggression behind this. So, I feel like cancel all 3? Alright. Pretty good choice for Wagon. Queen is here though. These lings might be able to get a drone. 1 drone goes down. 2 drones. 2 drones! Wow, okay, there's 2 drones. The Evo was not cancelled. It was definitely worth it for Wagon. I think in general, not worth it, but this game, totally worth it. Grip behind on 2 workers. Wagon making a spine, and his gases, and his 3rd base. It's kind of interesting, he made the spine. He saw it was gasless from Grip. Anyway. These guys are just spamming drones. No 3rd base from Grip yet. Starts his double gas. I mean, if he doesn't make the 3rd hatch, it's just like great for Wagon. Plus Grip isn't going to scout it. Doesn't scout the wall in either. And he won't, because this Overlord gets pushed back. Grip sniping. Wagon's Overlord is nice. I guess they'll just trade, although this is safe up here. Oof. Good exchange for Grip. Oh my god, alright. I guess he was hoping he'd scout the wall in because it's +1 melee. And Carapace, there is a no lair. He's still mining gas though, so it's not an all-in with speedlings. And we'll have to see when he starts pumping out lings. He's getting a 3rd gas, so it's going to be like a muta thing. Maybe these are just defensive. Grip using that back Evo to start his +1 range. He did not take his 3rd until now. Wagon sees that, and he'll know it's a 2-base layer based on that late 3rd. So he has to be, I'd say he has to be a little bit scared of a Nidus, although with the 3rd base, Grip may not Nidus him. And it'll be hard to scout, right? If he pushes the wall, he'll think it's roaches. He'll never see these lings. Although he'll get an Overseer here after the lair is done, so he does have a chance to scout and find Spire. There's no Bane Nest, so like a Nidus would be good. But he's got so many drones, right? He can't be aggressive here. And he puts down the gas immediately. This is like... That's Grip for you. Get those 5th and 6th gases going as fast as possible for lurkers. Here come the lings. He's going to run into a wall. It's not closed. Tons of... Oh, he's going to lose a high energy queen right away. And his other high energy queen is in the wall. This is actually pretty good. About as good as he could hope for Wagon. He's going to try and focus down these Evos, but Joke's on him, neither of them are upgrading. But he'll break in. A few roaches time to reinforce. A bunch of roaches now, but the lings are in. They have +1 melee and carapace. He's going to run by a few into the main. These lings are going to try and work on these roaches. It's not going to be enough though, especially if this fine green sport. Pretty decent for grip, I would say. Yeah, he's ahead on workers, and Wagon didn't find the damage he was looking for. In fact, he didn't kill a single drone. He forced out a lot of units in the wall, but Grip was already up on Econ, so it's not a big deal for him to pay a bit of it back in that form. The Spire is on the way. I like it. It's a good transition. Grip has an Overseer, but it was sent in. Did not see the Spire. I guess he sees like no gases here. Like if he sees this drone count, he should know that like he's ahead for sure. He didn't start mining from his gases yet. 54 drones to 49 of Wagons. Wagon's got 8 mutas on the way, and he's got the upgrade for the mutas, the attack upgrade. I still think like doing this build against, although I'm a hypocrite because I did this build against Grip too, but I think doing Lingbane Muta against Grip is risky because he's always got the Lurker Den, although he goes Infestors, so maybe it's like the like double reverse fake out bluff move. Okay, he sees it. He sees the Spire.
You're engaging the opponent.
Grip's got the 3 bases though, like he's totally fine. Although his main will start mining out. But he's got actually he doesn't have too many workers. I don't know, it's okay for Wagon. He can yeah, he's got the worker lead. Oh, I totally missed these mutas. They definitely killed drones there. Looks like 8 drones on the 3rd. Sorry about that. And that's exactly what Wagon wants, right? He's taken... Okay, now they're equalized, but he's just droning up. He's going to be able to take his 4th and continue fully droning. He has 3 bases. So yeah, I'd go straight up to 66 if I were him. And it looks like Grip is going for the Infestation Pit. He's not mining. He's only got 1 drone on this gas, which hurts a lot. You need... And on this one, actually. Oh no, he's got tons of gas. What am I talking about? He doesn't need it. So actually, the Infestors are going to be decent with so much gas. I mean, he's going to be able to afford so many. It's only got a few Hydras here, but it'll be enough to push back the 10 mutas from Wagon. Wagon going Bane Speed and additional Ling upgrades. Still making some mutas. He's up to 12. I think it's pretty good for Wagon. Sniping the Roach Warren's nice, but Grip already has more roaches than he could ever want against what Wagon's doing, so it's not a huge deal. I don't know, Grip's going Pathogen Glands. He's not trying to take a 4th. Maybe he'll try to take a 4th behind an Infestor move out. Spore Crawler going up to defend the tech in his main. These mutas trying to do what they can, not finding a whole lot. But I mean, they've already found tons of damage. They killed the 8 drones, forced out spines, and completely messed with Grip's tech, forcing him to go from lurkers to infestors. Whether or not he had to do that, I guess he knows better than me, so we'll say yes. Muta's still trying to find damage. This will get a little risky as the infestors are going to be popping out soon. They're halfway done. There's 8 of them on the way, so they'll probably pop out from all 3 bases. So if these mutas are anywhere near, they may get chain fungled. There are enough Hydras out now that would be disastrous for Wagon. Wagon going Lingbane. He did go up to 68 drones, which is great. He has a Hive started as well, which Grip saw and contaminated. Grip is going to try to push out. He sees the Hive, I guess that's a trigger for him. Also his Infestors finished up. These Infestors are going to be vulnerable, trailing up unprotected behind the army. Also, these Hydras are vulnerable to a Bane flank. Wagon positioning here, trying to split up his army. No, he's just gonna have one big clump. Infestors could be huge. They are going to be huge. Fungals are pretty good. Fungal Banes! Huge fungal. He's got more to back it up. Grip should be totally fine here. The Mutas are not able to find damage because they've been fungled as well. The Mutas and the ground army get fungled together. It's gross, people, it's gross. In the end though, actually, how am I calling this so wrong? It seems like it was actually a pretty decent trade. Those fungals were like best possible fungals, and the Hydras still got focused down. He's still got all these roaches left over, but enough mutas to really scare them off. Infested Terrans are going to time out. There's still a few left. Grip forcing down the wall, but not a whole lot here. Mutas are free to engage and disengage as they please. Infestors have run away to regen energy. Grip's just donating these roaches. Those evos weren't necessary. Yeah, again, I think I mean, maybe he had to. Maybe the infestor, that was just to buy time for the infestors to run away. I don't know, but a nice little pickup there for Wagon. But the game again looks fairly even, with the worker lead going to be huge for Wagon and no fourth base for Grip. I don't know if he tried to take this and it got denied, but this fourth base is very late for Grip. It's going to be problematic. He's starting to mine out in all his bases. He's got tons of energy, so oh my god, it's like 11 infestors. That's a lot. Counterattack is beautiful from Wagon. Denying this base is the most important thing he can do in this game right now. He's got 5 ultras on the way with chitinous, and those ultras have 2/2 upgrades. Infestors are going to be useless against the ultras, and these Hydras. He's getting some lurkers though. Lurkers are great against ultras. It's not over. Wagon cancels the 4th, but he'll come back to defend. He's going to lose his 5th, or I guess that was his 4th originally. The 5th is going up though. The new 4th. The infestors haven't used any of their energy. Lurkers are great. This push is really what's going to have to do it for Grip, I think. It's his best chance. He is almost maxed. It's a huge army for Grip. The 5 ultras, they don't have chitinous. They're moving in. The Banes are going to try to connect. Fungals are huge. Bane flank, trying to get onto the Hydras. The Muta's also on top of the army. It's a massacre. Oh my god, alright. That was a great attack. Okay, indulge me. I will watch this one more time. So leading up to this, the Lurkers are huge. The Infestors, like, there's no way you're gonna find Baneling hits at this point. I'm not sure if I can really say what Wagon could have done better. He did a really good job denying the 4th. It just seems like, I guess his tech was too late. I don't know. It seemed like he had a pretty quick hive. Maybe just unable because of that earlier attack. You know, dealing with the roaches, cleaning up. Just unable to get to the hive army he needed. I mean, he got the... Like, there's a ton of ultras, there's enough ultras, but maybe like some vipers, and also like attacking into this area all in like one clump was gonna be great for the lurkers and the infestors. Even the infested Terrans here are a nice touch, you know, just like daring the mutas to engage. I guess he sees the mutas moving forward and he's just like, I gotta go for it. The ultra is bugged. Yeah, the fungals are just insane. The mutas aren't able to do anything. Right. That was a good game. Well played. Both those guys are great players. It's well done. But the moment we've all been waiting for. Surreal, back in action coming up here against Casimir. What do I want to say? I called a drone pull. I mean, I listed every strat, so I can't really say I called it. But this time, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. Let's just wait and see. I mean, the poor guy. He probably got like I don't know what the groups are exactly in the qualifiers, but probably the hardest group, right? Hardest qualifier group. So real unfortunate. Losers match. No replays. I guess there was a forfeit. That is disappointing, Surreal. You let me down. Alright, we'll just watch Casimir versus Wagon in the decider, or in the final match to see who moves on. I think Wagon, not heavily favored here, but favored for sure. Maybe like 65, 70%. Maybe, I don't know, maybe higher. I mean, at the time this was played, I think Wagon was just starting to ramp up. He's been playing a lot lately, but I think that's leading into WCS Montreal. So when this was, oh no, he's GM during this game, so he can't be too low. Alright, okay, no fast forward, sorry. So we've got Wagon in the bottom right, playing pink, and Casimir in the top left as green. Casimir, I said at the start, 12-pool every game. Every time I've played him, he's 12-pooled me, and he has so far 12-pooled every game in both his matches. I mean, it's not a good build, is it? It's okay, I guess. I guess I die to it sometimes, so it can't be too bad. Anyway, it just seems like if the other person responds correctly, it's just like you get almost no damage. You get a drone or two, I think, at most. Yeah. About Wagon going hatch first. Hatch gas pool. It's an 18 gas. Oh no, where is this? Okay, there's the gas. Sorry, I didn't see it. 18 gas, 18 pool. This is starting to get a little dicey. That seems like a mistake. 18 pool is pretty late. So actually, Casimir could get a few extra drones. Because the whole thing is you need to drone pull against this to try to save your hatchery. Like Wagon will have to pull like 10 to 14 drones, I think that's what most people do. He'll have to pull drones and buy time for his lings to come out. Okay, he's seen it with his Overlord, so he should start to pull larva, but his pool is so late that these lings to reinforce the drones will take forever. So to save this hatchery, he will have to have insane drone micro or lose a few drones. Casimir making the defensive spine before his second queen. Hopping onto this hatchery right away. No drone pull. He's gonna give it up. He doesn't know. Wow, that is a big advantage for Casimir if he just gives up the natural. Maybe it was because his pool was so late. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know the timing. Like when you see the drone or the lings, based on the timing, you can identify it as a 12 pool. Anyway, Wagon's got these lings. He's got ling speed on the way, so he'll try to move out when ling speed finishes. He retakes his natural. Casimir's natural is already finished. They're equal on drone count. Casimir's got his spine. If he makes, he's got one more queen. Yeah, he's got 2 extra queens. This is totally fine. Move the spine down and just drone up. Queen's on the ramp. Queen's in the mineral line. He should be totally fine. Wagon gonna try and find damage with a Lingbane pressure. Casimir with the scout will see the lings moving out. And it's just looking great for Casimir. Yeah, that's like the ideal 12 pool opening. Sends in his lings to try to cancel the nat. A nice move. Wagon's ling speed finishes up. He's going to not send his lings home. Confident that his queen and these Casimir just like suicides on the mat. So he won't get it. So that's great for Wagon. Wagon didn't need those lings then anyway. He wants to engage with his pains. Casimir's got his queens on the ramp and a queen in the middle line. He may want to move this one down as well. He's still making drones, so there's no lings to reinforce. I mean, he's got 32 drones versus 17, so it's huge, right? If Casimir can defend here come the Banes. He's not gonna find damage on the drones. These queens have tons of energy. Wagon will try to kill the spine. Transfuse on the queen. In the middle line is great, but that queen will go down. A couple of drones will go down. The spine is in a good spot. Like this is like perfect spine position, I think. Maybe here's better, can defend some of these drones. No, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. He's gonna try and wall, but his queens are blocking. You can't full wall this with 3, and the lings get in anyway. And yeah, there's always gonna be a gap here. Actually, I don't know if that's true. You may be able to full wall this with 3 buildings. The lings are just sitting there buying time. Wagon's trying to drone up behind this. Casimir has walled off, but the lings are still here. Casimir has tons of queens though. He should be fine. He shouldn't lose too many more drones. He's still got a huge drone lead. He wanted maybe a Roach Warren instead of a 3rd Evo here, but I mean he wanted to do this anyway. He wanted to build this wall anyway. Really good job with the lings, finding damage. All the queens were pulled down to the nat, so I have to run back, giving time to find another drone. Ooh, the transfuse, definitely worth. He's got enough queens that he's got the extra energy, it doesn't matter. These units are just going to try to deny a 3rd base, I guess. Just chill out here. He can't find more damage. He sees no upgrades on these Evos. I think Wagon's got to feel good. Like he took the drone lead during that whole time. That was so unfortunate. It was such a good opening for Casimir. I don't know what happened. I guess just having nothing at home. Like I thought queens would be enough. Maybe a faster wall-in? Like the wall-in did seem to end the attack. Maybe the spine over here so it could defend the mineral line. Anyway. Props to Wagon for fighting damage. It looked like he was completely dead to me. I didn't think that was going to ever find damage. Casimir again, the 3rd hatch in the main. And he's going for +1 melee attack. So we're seeing a similar style to what, or identical style to what he did in the earlier series against Grip. Wagon has a 3rd base. He's starting to build buildings in the wall-in, which is great against in this choke for a wall-in, because Casimir's going lings, so you want the buildings here against that. Taking his gases. He hasn't... I don't know what happened to all his drones, but he's taking a 4th gas. I think this is totally fine for Wagon. He's got tons of scouting on the front. He sees 1 upgrade, which might make him think it's roaches, although the 2nd spine, no one would make a 2nd spine if they're going roaches. I think if you see that, you know it's Mutas. And he does see that. The 1 upgrade is suspicious though. If he goes back in now and sees 2 upgrading Evos, which he does, then it's much more likely to be Mutas with upgraded lings. Wagon just making roaches. 42 drones, just making roaches. I don't know what he's scared of. There's no way he can attack. I mean, he could knight us, but he can't just run across the map against Mutas. Wagon only with +1 melee. He's only got +1 range. He's only got 1 Evo, so he'll likely start +2 range after, so they can keep 2-shotting lings with his roaches. This means because he's only got 1 Evo, his Carapace will be really late, which hurts him against Mutas. Anyway, the lings try and run in, find damage. They won't find anything. This is playing out so similarly to Casimir vs. Grip. Roach is just able to hold strong. Wagon even making Banes. I love it. A lot of people don't do this. Make Banes in the mid-game. Casimir is taking a 3rd. And he's got 8 Mutas on the way. Wagon is droning up more. Finally. He's got enough to safely hold 3 bases. Wagon doesn't have a ton of vision. I mean, It's gotta know it's mutas though, right? Based on the lings, and based on
You
everything.
are fresh
Second's
out of minerals
fine.
at that base.
Sorry, I gotta turn down the volume on that. Not that I hate TV or anything, just the announcers are distracting and pretty loud. Alright, Casimir gonna try and do a multi-prong harass here with a few lings sent to different bases. Wagon also knocking down these rocks, which is a great move that Grip also did. These lings do run in though. He's gonna find some cancels on the spores, or at least one of them. Yeah, the Banes come back and clear this up. The Queen not fighting it though. Anyway, Wagon running in with his roaches. Where are the mutas? Mutas are far away. Even without Carapace, these roaches will find a lot of damage before they get cleaned up. Force through the choke into the main. Send a couple into the Nat. He's just going to deny mining. Hopefully get some of the drones. Tons of damage. Casimir losing so many drones. He didn't pull them at all. Yeah, Wagon totally happy with this trade. Buys time for his spines. He can drone up more, which is what he's doing. And he takes a significant econ lead. I mean, Casimir didn't have to lose all those drones. He definitely needed to lose some mining, but he loses his whole economy. 41 drones lost this game. I mean, that wasn't all right now, but I think he lost 20 just now. More drones going down. There's enough mutas to really kill these roaches pretty quickly. But now he has no choice but to make tons of drones blindly and buy time with the mutas. Meanwhile, Wagon going for the infestation pit. He'll be going infestors. That is a cool evo. Tons of spores. Wagon knows that the mutas are the comeback here for Casimir, so he's just being extra safe against them. Just getting hydras, and he's got 60 drones. He should throw down these gases. Although I say that again before checking the gas count, he's got 1100 gas in the bank, so he doesn't really need the 5th and 6th gases mining right away. So I take it back, Wagon, you have a totally fine gas timing. Casimir just slamming drones, it's the only thing he can do. He's catching up. He has no transition in place here. No Bane Nest. He's relying purely on mutas. There's the Bane Nest. Again though, the infestors are just gonna fungal these Banes. Casimir will need to flank, set up tons of vision to see when the army is moving across the map and try to just hit it from different angles. Try and catch Wagon unaware and try and connect with the Hydras and infestors with his Banelings, and then use the mutas to clear up. I mean, he does have a ton of mutas, and they have +1 attack, so they're kind of scary. Wagon getting +1 Carapace though, and that'll time out probably with the time when he wants to move out with his Hydras and their upgrades. So I think he should be fine. The mutas really won't do too much damage. Casimir going up to 66 drones, which is too much for this phase because his main is already half mined out, so 60 would have been good. He's using the extra ones to make spines and an extra hatch, so I take it back again. He is going back down to a good drone gown. Wagon with tons of Hydras on the way. He's up to 12 now. He's got 8 roaches. I think that's enough. It's on the low side, but I think it's enough. He's making a few more. Casimir making more mutas, which I think is good. He really needs to just, like, you know, get into a situation where he takes out all the anti-air and then uses mutas to clean up what's remaining and use that as a comeback, because, I mean, he's got the econ. I don't know, the supply is kind of even. I feel like Wagon has the better army, though. And maybe Casimir can find some damage on the 4th, deny Wagon from taking a 4th to force him all in across the map, and then try and find a good trade. But, oh man, the fungals. There's no Banes. No, they're all gonna die. Those mutas are all dead. GG. Alright, next game. Unfortunate. I mean, that can happen. Mutiling Bane is always going to be an explosive fight, no matter how it goes, right? Like, if Bane's connecting or they don't, it's kind of like win or lose, right? And in that case, getting your mutas all clumped up. I mean, you can split them. Even after they get fungled, you can split them, and then it's hard to refungle them. That said, I mean, it was still rough. It was still looking bad. Alright, moving on to game 2. Between Wagon and Casimir for the decider. Winner moves on. Actually, you know, I said it was a really unfortunate group for Surreal, but in some ways it's more unfortunate for Casimir. I mean, not saying he doesn't win here, but he gets put in a qualifier group where he's not favored to come out. I think that's pretty unlikely. I think in most groups he would be favored as the first or second player. Anyway, Wagon in the top right is pink, and Casimir playing green again. And they're both early pooling. Casimir with a 12 pool. Shocker. Wagon with a 13 pool. Or was that 14? Might have been 14. No, no one goes 14 pool, right? You can go 14 gas, 14 pool. 13 pool, I don't get 13 pool, but okay. That's like what Grip did with the spine rush. Is Wagon gonna do the spine? Proxy spine? Hidden spine on the edge of the creep? I mean, it's good, right? I guess if you know Casimir is 12 pooling, if you go 13 pool, you have a slight advantage. But do you? Like, he doesn't make the extra drone. No, it's just worse. It's just plain worse. I guess it really doesn't matter that much. I think it would matter a lot more if you were up against a hatch first. Oh, thank you. All right, 12 full spine rush, but he's dead. This is like a blind build order loss. You can't spine rush against someone who goes 13 pool. But I salute you, Casimir, for doing it on this map. It's just, well, the lings are across the map. It still shouldn't work, but I mean that's good for Casimir. Wagon sees it, and he sends the lings home. No. Okay. Spines get started. Only 2 spines. Why does he have a 3rd spine? I built one at home defensively. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough. I mean, with the lings already out and the initial lings coming in, like, there's no chance. That's the risk with this build. I guess the thing is, if you drone scout, that costs you a spine, right? In lost mining time. And when you're going 12 pool and you have so few drones, moving a drone off minerals so early is so costly. So yeah, if you spine or if you drone scout here, you can see if they're 12 pooling, and then you can just do a normal 12 pool instead of doing your drone pull. But if they play a normal game and you drone scout, you're just like costing yourself a spine. On this map, you may still be able to win with only 2, but it would hurt your rush so much. Alright, well, Wagon moves on. Unfortunate for Casimir there. Maybe Wagon expected it on this map, because it is the best map for this build. Anyway, props to Wagon. I think he played pretty well, even though he lost to Grip. I think that series was great. And I guess that'll be it. Thanks for watching.